for you about somebody who likes to keep people and it looks like kind of like a small roster. And they feel like they have pretty much perfected leveraging ghosting and love bombing to keep people in like an obsessed mode. Keep people always wondering when it's their turn or when they get to talk to this person. And whoever this is for, someone thought you were obsessed with them and that they could just kind of play games with you and at some point, come back around and then leave again. But we have this Four of Swords indicating that you've gotten over this. Maybe it felt like, surgery to you, but I feel like you've been able to excise this person from your heart or like see the real version of them. So you're not over here waiting on their phone call or their text message anymore, and it's going to confuse them. Hello, Key Controller. How you doing? Hello, Brewer. Hello, Joaquin. Hello, Pearl. Yes, you can, although I did just start, so it'll be about 30 minutes before I start those. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time, and I hope you all are having a wonderful day. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. You can find that in the description box if I said it too quickly, and you can also find out how to get more content as a member in the description box, as well as find my Etsy shop link if you're interested in a homemade soy candle. All right, what shall we start with? This one's going to be, I think, a little bit feisty. We're gonna get a few from the Cook's Tarot. What else do we have? The Sun and the Emperor in the reverse. So, yeah, I'm picking up that there's at least 3 people that this person has, like, in a rotation. No more than 5, it looks like, but they do like to keep a little rotation, and they feel like, when I come around and I give you my attention, you should be grateful, okay? You should be so grateful that I'm spending time with you and lavishing attention upon you. You don't feel that way anymore, clearly. So the Emperor's in the reverse because this is somebody who is controlling or somebody who feels like it's up to them when you speak or when you see each other, and they don't have to tell you the truth about what's going on. It's their world. You're just like rotating around them. Thank you, Pearl. Let me know if you've got a specific question or if you just want me to draw a few cards and see what we get for you. Hello, Bob. How are you doing? I mean, based on the emoji, I imagine maybe not great. So I send you a hug. I hope things get better. For KE. What is KE? Oh, for me. Got you. And hello, Harsh. How are you doing? I'm sorry to hear you've had an argument. I hope things improve for you. I do personal questions after the general reading, which would be in about 30 minutes. If you'd like me to add you to the list, Harsh, you can add your question to a super chat or you can donate a membership to someone else in the live chat. Hello, Miguel. How are you doing? I actually work best with no background information, so you don't have to do that. And if you'd like me to address that question for you, go ahead and pop it into a super chat. So we've got the Six of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles. Ooh, my favorite. Well, actually, it's my second favorite. See, in the Cook's Tarot, instead of like rods or wands, they have loaves of bread, like baguettes, right? Which makes me giggle because I think about people trying to use those defensively, and it's really funny to me. But the Four of Wands is in the reverse because notice this has got people getting married, right? It's in the reverse because this is somebody who's afraid of commitment. They like to swoop in, have a little bit of fun, maybe go on a trip, or maybe go out to a nice restaurant, or maybe they even cook for people. But it's never like a lasting connection that they're building. They just want to have the good times and then they leave before any arguing. At least that's their goal. Let's see what we've got. This is the Tarot of the Nile. What else do we have about this person who likes to get people obsessed with them? We have the Five of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. Yes, this is it. So they leave people right when things have gotten, to be really fun, or they feel like, oh, okay, well, we've clearly connected. There's going to be like some emotional intimacy now, right? Nope. Now they go and they find someone new, or they go invest elsewhere. It's like you reach a certain point, and then you get cut off, kind of like a payphone, right? Only you can't just like pop another quarter in and get some more time with this person. They're already gone. We got Strength in the reverse. They give in to temptation. They get distracted by pretty people. Hello, how's it going, Rachel? Hello, Steven, how are you doing? Oh, of course, Beryl. I think it would be right around that 35-minute mark, and we are just under 7 minutes right now. How you doing, famous Seamus? We have the Emperor and the King of Pentacles in the reverse. This is your energy. You know what this person brings. They bring chaos and destruction. I giggle because it's not real destruction. It's like heartbreak, right? And you're over it. You're like, what? No, I don't want to see you. No, I don't want to like make out or, talk about what you did last week because I know that it doesn't last. I know that you're not going to hang out and like actually be reliable. You're just like a flash in the pan. So you've had time to get over this person. You've realized that it's not a good use of your time, that they repeat the same pattern. And I think you've actually gotten to the point where you kind of feel sorry for this person. Like they think that they're in control, but they really aren't, is what I'm picking up on. Magician in the reverse, you know that they're controlling or manipulative. You know that they like to love bomb, and it's not going to work on you when they try it this time. So this Three of Wands, this is you setting out on other adventures or maybe even meeting new people, right? Because there's that ignored wand back here. That's this person who thinks that they got you all obsessed. And you're like, I'm sorry, what? No, I'm busy. Empress in the reverse and the King of Cups. So this is the love bombing energy, right? I don't actually have the ability for this emotional intimacy. I don't know how to connect to people in a meaningful way. So it's just like a 2-week phase and then I freak out. So they've got this desire to connect with people, but they don't know how to actually be like loving. They don't know how to actually be reliable. So they have a fake kind of love. Limerence, I think is the term. Hey, that's cool, B. That means that you don't need to be on my channel. If you'd like to come back tomorrow, that's fine. But if you're going to be judgy, we don't need that, okay? I would just encourage you to consider how you could potentially still connect with people and maybe even, learn from each other, even though you might have differing beliefs. But when you start off with just judging people right away, it's probably just keeping you at a distance from people that you might be able to have a really nice friendship with, or maybe you could have a deep spiritual conversation with, but you have these requirements. You must be believing exactly the same as me. You're going to miss out on all that, right? Hello, Matt. How are you doing? What else do we have? Death in the reverse. Lovers in the reverse. They never choose anyone, and you know this. So when they come back around expecting you to still be like all googly-eyed for them, like, oh my gosh, hey, thanks for like paying me some attention again. You're like, no. I'm not interested in that. I think I have to cover that, but it may have worked for a short time. You may have been, interested until you noticed the pattern or until you realized you deserve better, right? Aw, thank you, Carla. How you doing today? That's funny, Grit. But how do you come up with all these puns unless you're thinking? Got you there. We got the World in reverse. Wow, and the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. But I liked you the best. What do you mean you don't like me anymore? I don't feel bad for them. I really don't. They're like, you were my shiniest toy. I don't know what you mean. You don't like me anymore? But look at me, I'm so cute. They come back around expecting to pick up where they left off with you. They come back around and expect you to be like, oh my gosh, yay. And instead, you leave them on red, or you've blocked them, or you're interested in someone else, or better yet, you're just single and like not interested. Which some of you might be like, what do you mean, better yet? Because some people, they need to learn that their antics don't work. And that it's not just because some random other person has distracted you or seduced you. It's just that you know your value. If you are single and not like actively involved with somebody else, but you still cannot be tempted by this person, that's a little bit of a gut punch to their ego, They don't like that. But they need to learn that what they're doing, it's not real love. And that's why it doesn't last, right? Nice. Hello, Imported. How are you doing? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I've had practice with that one. My days identifying as a toy are also over. That's funny. We have the Six of Wands and the Ace of Wands. So we've got whoever is this Emperor, that's likely the collective, right? Likely you. You're not interested in a continuation of this like melodrama. You're not interested in letting this person hang out and approach you for whatever it is they're looking for, probably physical intimacy, or at least like feeling like they're wanted. You have other things that are more important to you. That Six of Wands tells me that while they've been away, you've had something that has gone really well. Maybe it's, you graduated, maybe you got a promotion, maybe you bought your first home, maybe you, I don't know, published a book. You've got good things going on for you. You know you deserve someone who's consistent, someone who's got integrity. And you know that this, what are we calling them? We call them the King of Cups, Empress in the reverse. They are like fool's gold, right? Oh, that's nice, you're shiny and whatnot, but you don't have much value to me. Because I know you're going to be gone. Sorry, I have to. Like a fart in the wind. Like 8 days later or less. Like what's in it for me? Disappointment? Ooh, I think I can get that at the local like food chain. Excuse me, I forgot my fries. Star in the reverse, the World in the reverse. You are not like impressed by this person anymore. You're just like, nah, that seems silly. I don't think I need any of that. And it's because you are leveraging your intuition and just like logic in general to realize you deserve something real instead of fake. This Ace of Swords specifically has the exposed brain because it's meant to, and the eyes closed, because it's meant to indicate someone is leveraging the information available to them and their intuition. It's a combination of the two that helps you to make this decision. Because you know that the King of Cups consistently walks away or sabotages whatever connection there is because they don't really want the commitment, right? So you're done. You're over it. Keep in mind that the King of Cups doesn't have to be a man. That's why they also have the Empress in the reverse energy. The Emperor does not need to be a man either, but the Emperor is indicative of someone who's like, I'm done with this. I'm moving on, right? There's fire energy on your side because you've taken a bold stance. You're not going to entertain this person anymore. Exactly, Carla. Hello, Priyanka. How are you doing? So we've got the Four of Cups in the reverse and the Eight of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, they're coming back around. And they're confident that they've waited enough time where you're not mad at them anymore. And they can just like waltz back into your life and be like, hey, what's up, baby? You wanna go to Waffle House? All right, real talk, I do like the Waffle House, but we're just, indicating here this is not a serious commitment. Seven of Swords in reverse. You know the truth about this person. You've made a decision. Whether you are interested or connected to someone else at this point, it doesn't matter. You know you don't want what the King of Cups has to offer. Let me add that for you, Priyanka. Thank you. Why Umesh think about my work, or what he thinks about your work today? My work today and how he sees me. I've added that for you. Thank you, Priyanka. That's funny, Matt. Hello, Rick. How are you doing? Beavis? Right? Oh no, Matt says butthead. I would believe Matt over me. Let me add that for you, Priyanka. Thank you. Rahul feeling today. And intention. One more for this one. Temperance. So this is you realizing that you have more value than this King of Cups has ascribed to you. And as such, you're not really interested in hanging out with this person or, giving them the time of day because they're not willing to see you for the amazing person that you are. They just want to hang out for a little bit. Thank you. How's it going, Carla? About Mr. JB Jr.? He's Pisces. Those Pisces are trouble, you know. True intentions. Feelings and future plans. Anything need to know? I've got that added for you. Thank you, Carla. This is the Stained Glass Tarot. It's my new favorite. Hello, Jay. How are you doing? Good morning, BMF. How are you doing? What else do we have? Ace of Wands in the reverse, Four of Cups in the reverse. So there's a little bit of shock coming from the King of Cups. They felt like they had you pretty obsessed with them, but you didn't have an argument. You didn't tell them off. It's just kind of like a slow rejection. You're not even attracted to this person anymore. With the Ace of Wands in the reverse, it's like, nah, thanks, but no. Because you see them for who they truly are. You see the shenanigans or, you know, this dishonesty that they like to cover up with charm. It's not appealing anymore. It disrupts your peace. Six of Wands and the Knight of Swords. That is just ridiculous. Who needs a sword that big? I'm really asking though. Like, I love these cards. Don't get me wrong. But can he even lift that sword? I'm just, you know, science-wise, that seems stupid. Hold on. I'll figure it out. It's like the episode of I Love Lucy where she has the like really tall headdress and she's trying to like walk down the stairs and she's like, ugh. You know, because you have dealt with this person multiple times, you know the truth about them. They repeat the same pattern. You might even talk to another person who like backs up that they have experienced it the same way. So this Six of Wands, this is you focusing on other things in your life, maybe even other people in your life, because you know the truth. That's a big sword. But that's the truth, right? You figured this person out. They're not going to be able to like fool you. Fool me once. Shame on them. You know, mess it up, whatever. You're not going to get like pulled in by their charm anymore. You're not viewing them as a temptation. You know they just play games. Five of Pentacles in the reverse, the Hierophant in the reverse. I don't care how many times you come back around. It's never going to be a relationship and I'm never going to feel respected by you. So why would I want to entertain that kind of person? Have a good one, Imported. Hello, Steez. How you doing? Hello, Chris. How are you doing? So we have the Two of Wands. Yeah. You're investing your time elsewhere. You've gone from, oh, okay, that's fine. I'll just like accept what happens. But you don't want the cold and the hot, right? If you're just going to ignore me and then you hang out with me for a week and then you ignore me for a month and then you hang out. No, I don't have the patience. So I have a feeling they're going to throw a little bit of a temper tantrum, a little bit of a crash out. They like to, yep, exactly. Three of Cups in the reverse. They like to keep a little roster, right? Four of Pentacles. So I have this little list of people and I rotate through them and I avoid things getting serious because I walk away at the first hint of that conversation coming up. And then when they miss me, I come back around. Nine of Cups in the reverse. They selfish. And when they communicate with you, Hey, baby. Did you miss me? I bet you did, because I'm just so cool. And you're like, nah. Maybe you block them. Maybe you read their message and don't respond. But this is them looking at their phone like, what? What do you mean? How come you didn't like that message? Oh my gosh. Aren't you like totally excited to hear from me? Oh my gosh, I thought you would be like so excited that I was giving you attention again. Why aren't you like excited? It's your turn. No. I have retired from your Wheel of Fortune. Your Wheel of Fortune. Sorry. Did you get it? Yep. I agree, Rachel. I have. I thought it was pretty good. And I do like Kathy Bates. I think she's great. 10 of Swords. This is that person. Look at all that pain and sadness and rejection. Oh. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. But this is somebody who constantly like breaks people's hearts or breaks the promises that they make because they don't want to get into a relationship. And now that disappointment is the experience they're having because you're on to them, right? Hey, Pearl, it'll probably be about 9 minutes. Just so you know. We have the Seven of Pentacles. There's other things that you are investing in, and this person has not made the cut. They're not someone who deserves your attention because, well, they just don't. Okay. You know why. All right. This is the latest addition to the collection. This is the Tarot of Japanese Poetry. That makes sense. I do really like her in Matlock, new TV series. She's a lawyer. Hello, Regina. How are you doing? What else do we have about this King of Cups and the Emperor? Six of Summer. That would be the Six of Wands. That card keeps coming out for you. You're too busy winning. And the Nine of Winter or the Nine of Swords in the reverse. You are not pressed. You are not bothered. You are not nervous. You're not like trying to get their attention. You don't care if they fall in love with someone else. You're just over it. Quite frankly, I think the Six of Wands paired with the Emperor means that there are already people who are interested in you who are serious. Even if they haven't expressed it to you yet, you're being seen as very attractive. You're coming through with a lot of passionate energy. Now you're coming through as the King of Wands. So with the Emperor, yeah, people see you as getting things done. And the individual who thought that they had you like on their little rotation is feeling torn. They're seeing things in a different light. Oh, okay, I guess that person's like not mine anymore. Yeah, they probably never were. But they like to think that they can collect like people. And you're not one of them. Three of Summer or the Three of Wands in the reverse. You're not waiting for them. You're not interested in, spending more time with them because you do see it as a waste. You see them as being overly secretive. Someone who doesn't tell you the truth about who they're hanging out with or what reasons they haven't been able to talk to you. Knave of Summer or Page of Wands. They had an opportunity to communicate with you in a respectful way and they decided not to. That's a big part of it for you, is you've realized even when they're in contact with you, there is a lack of respect or it's a failure to hit the mark that you deserve. Hello, Shayla. How are you doing? What else? Gotta love the Big Lebowski reference. Page or Knave of Winter, Page of Swords, and the day before summer. This is where hot things are coming. You guys, I can't even, right? It is. It's hot times are coming. You've got people who are eyeing you, and they actually do have respect for you. So there are interested parties or, suitors approaching you in the next several weeks, and they put this King of Cups to shame. Things are getting improved in your life in large part due to the fact that you have respect for yourself and your actions prove it. You're not wasting your time frivolously with people who are wasting your time. You're investing in pursuits and goals and connections that actually make sense. Hot girl summer. I like it. Hello, Ego Death. How are you doing? Hello, Rich King. I hope you're having a good one. Hello, Chrislyn. You may ask a question if you attach it to a super chat, but I'm afraid this morning I do not have time for freebies. Just keep in mind that there are 11,000 readings on my channel, and all of those are free. Well, that probably does include member content, and those are not free. But, yeah. What else do we have? Oh, okay. So we do have 2 Ten of Swords in this deck, and now we have one of them coming through. Let's see. Bitterness, end, severing ties, sadness, letting go. Well, that makes sense. You're letting go of this person. Why? Because they don't know how to invest. 9 of Autumn would be the 9 of Pentacles. You're better off on your own. You're listening to your intuition and apparently drawing in real suitors, people who would really want to do right by you. So, of course, you're going to cut ties with the person who doesn't know how to actually communicate. 7 of Winter or the 7 of Swords. You see them as a liar, as a fraud. They like to love bomb, but they don't know what love is. So why invest in that? And I'm proud of you. They're freaking out, though. They don't understand how you could change up so quickly. I don't think you did change. I think you realized that they weren't going to change. Hello, David. How are you doing? Hello, Matthew. What's up? Oh my gosh, I literally just said bitterness. This person's mad. They're like, wait, I can't confuse you and do the hot and cold thing and give you mixed signals, and then you're like, oh my God, I love you again. No, because you like wised up. You figured them out. I just said hot and cold. They really wanted to confuse you and keep you coming back for more, but you're not into it. They don't deserve loyalty when they don't offer it to you. So there's a confession coming in. There's someone else who's interested in you, and this person actually knows how to love this new person, and it might be more than one person, by the way. Yeah, there's someone that you have great chemistry with, and you're encountering them because you were able to put up boundaries with this King of Cups, and they might have front row seats to you getting involved with someone who's serious. And they apparently looked at you as their favorite. They just didn't want to choose one person. You're manifesting in a better romantic connection. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that you put up boundaries with this like player. So this pain that they used to send your way, now they're experiencing it because they don't have access to you anymore. All right, let's switch over to personal questions. This is Under the Oak. What do we have for Pearl, please? What does Pearl need to know? Pearl, we have the Knight of Wands, Two of Pentacles in the reverse, the Empress in the reverse, Ten of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. There's someone who's showing up in your life. They're moving really quickly. They have instability or some sort of chaos happening, and they don't have anybody else. They have a lack of support in their life. This person has caused problems in your life before. But for whatever reason, they feel like they should come to you and tell you about the problems that they're experiencing. Because they don't have anybody else. I think they've burned all the other bridges. I think they've basically ruined all of the connections that they had. And they feel like you're the person that will still be there for them. The problem is, this is somebody who's lying to you about what happened. They're manipulative. So the recommendation is to not offer what this person would never offer to you. This is a taker. They don't know how to give. They don't know how to be appreciative. The reason that they are on an island is because, again, they've burned all those bridges. They keep expecting people to do things for them or to improve their life, but they don't give back. Look, if you are rich and you don't find a way to give back to the community, I feel bad for you, son. I mean, I've given away like my last $20 before because someone else needed it more than me. This is not that, though. This is somebody who demands people help them, but they don't ever give back. So you are not encouraged to do what this person is asking. This is someone who would betray you or, steal from you after you were already being generous, that kind of thing. There's a reason that there are so many people that have turned their back on this person, and it's because they ask for things and they don't appreciate it. They expect it. They're entitled. Hello, Kaiser. I hope you're having a good day. I am. Feel free to add your question to a super chat. I'm happy to do that for you. Hello, Kadu. How are you doing? Thank you. You are also. How would Pearl know who this is? The Tower in the reverse. They're going to tell you that they've changed their perspective on something. So this is like someone who says, hey, I know I haven't talked to you in like a year, but I realized that I was the problem. They're conveniently changing their opinion on something, and I don't know if it's actually genuine. I think they're just trying to get your attention because they've decided someone else was the problem or decided they need to like something that they didn't. Thank you, Kaiser. Let me add that for you. True current thoughts. And feelings. And intentions towards you. I've added that for you. Thank you. Hello, Kimber. How are you doing? Yeah. Thank you to those who like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Yeah, I would guess it's an ex. And probably someone who's going to give you a disappointing apology. You know, like, yeah, I'm sorry about that, but also like, hey, I need something. Like, that's not an apology. That's like a, let me just shove that out of the way real quick, you know? Hello, Matthew. How are you doing? Let's see what else we've got for personal questions. And good luck to you, Pearl. I believe in you. We've got Priyanka up next. What does Umesh think about Priyanka's work today? What does Umesh think about Priyanka's work today? The Hierophant, the Fool, and the Two of Swords. Is this a test? No. This is like a mixed review because we have the Hierophant, which can indicate someone who has like fans or followers, or like they are the leader, the boss, right? And then we have the Fool, which is like, oh, you're doing something that I wouldn't have expected you to do. So I would say mostly feels like you have done everything the way that you should, but there's a decision that you make that confuses Umesh. Like, why would you do it that way? Emperor in the reverse. So it's like you do something that goes against what he would have expected or he would have thought was the right move. But I think you're going to end up convincing him that you knew what you were talking about. It's like when real estate agents say, you know, it's not moving because the price is a little bit too high. So if you lower that, then we'll actually get some bids and then maybe there'll be a bidding war. People don't like hearing that. So there's something here where it's like, I don't like that, but you end up being right. 8 of Pentacles. You're like, see, I told you. And how does Umesh see Priyanka? King of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. Someone who is self-made or somebody who is an expert in their field. And how does Rahul feel towards Priyanka today? We have the Hermit and the Prince of Cups or Knight of Cups. This is like, I want to know more about you. I feel like you're very charming and very attractive, but there's like questions on my mind. And what are the intentions from Rahul? Justice in the reverse. Page of Pentacles in the reverse, and the High Priestess. This is like, I need to know before I make a decision if you're hiding anything from me. So it makes sense that the Seeker or the Hermit came out first. This is like, I like you, but I need to know more about you. I haven't really made up my mind, and I feel like you're hiding something. So the intentions are, I need to figure you out. He wants to know your intentions, you know, because he's a little confused. He finds you a little confusing. Thank you, Lee. Of course. I'm adding that for you. And good morning. Hello, JD. How are you doing? I got like a random hair. Oh, I got it, you guys. Good luck, Priyanka. Let's see what we've got for Carla. This is the Bianco Nero. What advice do we have for Carla on JB Jr., who's a Pisces? What advice does Carla need on JB Jr.? There's something that you have missed about this person. There's like camouflage here. Like you think that, you know, they're super honest, or you think that they are super respectful, but there's something that they're hiding from you, or something that it's like, I'm deliberately letting you think that, but it's not true. And I feel like there's something like kind of disarming your intuition about this person. It could be looks, could be intelligence, but they're hiding something. All right, so what are the true intentions? Physical intimacy. Excuse me. It's really weird to only do one, right? I feel like I always sneeze twice. Where's the other sneeze? Who stole it? Intentions. Page of Swords in reverse. They're not being honest about what they want. I think they want some naked time, and they're not really interested in something significant, right? What about feelings towards Carla? What are JB Jr.'s feelings towards Carla? Okay, so the intentions are, I want to get close to you, preferably with no clothes on. But, see, Carla, there's something about you. This person might accidentally fall in love. They might be like, oh, I'm okay. Everything's fine. I've got my wits about me. Oh, God, I just fell in love. What am I going to do now? This person is wanting to avoid emotions and struggling. Okay, they are drowning in your awesomeness right now. Like, maybe I could just see them for like another week. Maybe I could just talk to them for a little bit longer. They're falling in love, but they sabotage. They push people away when things get a little bit too serious. So, what about future plans? Future plans, they want eventually to settle down, but they don't seem to know how to do this. They don't seem to know how to go about it. Hello, is it Aaliyah? How are you doing? Yes, if you attach your question to a super chat, you can, oh, maybe you can. You should be able to scroll up and see other examples. Then I will add you to the list. I do have 2 other people on the list right now. So what does Carla need to know? That this person does not intend to pursue a long-term relationship, and quite frankly, I don't see, how do I say this nicely? I don't think they match up to you. I don't think this is somebody who is deserving, because they still have more to heal from. They still have more to understand, but they did not expect you to be like this amazing. I don't think they wanted to fall in love, but I think that they might. And then they're gonna be like a little confusing, because it's like there's good signs and then there's like, wait, what are you doing? So it could get confusing because they do fall in love and then their little plan kind of stops or doesn't work. And you might be like, well, so like, don't you want me? You know, like it's gonna get confusing, but you can tell that there's something not mature or long term here. You know what I mean? All right, let me add that real quick. Thank you, Priyanka. Umesh feeling. Long term work. I've added that for you. Thank you. And thank you, Aaliyah. About Kay and me, please. Evolution. All right, I have added that for you. Thank you. Hello, Crazy Z. How are you doing? Wait, Crazy. I add an extra Z there. Or should I call you Bretta? You're welcome, Carla. Well, technically I do still have, is Carla's intuition right? Yes. We've got the Eight of Cups, which seems to suggest you feel like you need to walk away, or you're going to feel that way. But there's kind of mixed signals here because they oops and fall in love with you or start to get feelings and freak out. All right, let's see what we've got for Kaiser. What are Erica's true current thoughts and feelings and intentions towards Kaiser? What are Erica's true current thoughts towards Kaiser? What are Erica's current feelings towards Kaiser? And what are Erica's true current intentions towards Kaiser? So for thoughts, we have Two of Wands, Nine of Cups in the reverse, Page of Cups. Feeling like I made a mistake. Like I need to make some sort of plan here and right the ship, but my emotions keep getting in the way. So we do have someone who's been reflecting on this connection. And I think initially it was like a little bit obstinate or stubborn. Like, I don't need to do anything, or I don't need to fix this, or I don't need to, like, tell you how I feel. But now we have some softening, like butter that's been left out overnight. We have some softening, and it's like, okay, I might have been a little bit of a jerk. Sorry. So the thoughts are improving or like maturing from kind of like petty stubbornness to I might have been the reason that was a problem. Sorry. And feelings, right? Ten of Cups, Knight of Cups in the reverse, and the Page of Swords in the reverse. You are connected to somebody who is pretty cunning, okay? This is somebody who likes to kind of avoid accountability or sweep things under the rug. But this is somebody who loves you. This is somebody who does feel like there could be a happy connection here, or that you could be happy long term. The problem is, okay, so this is reminding me of my best friend in college. And to my knowledge, I don't know her anymore, but to my knowledge, I think she is still married to the person that she was with in college. But I had like a front row seat to their relationship because they moved into my house. And it was like I could see the love that they have for each other, but it started to get weird because I could tell that my friend was manipulating her man. Like, just turning on the waterworks whenever she was like critiqued about something, and then he'd be like, "Oh, okay, sorry." Manipulative, you know? But still loving. And am I saying too much? Whatever. I had to, comment on this relationship, and I found it a little bit difficult because I had seen the manipulative tendencies. This is someone who needs to change their approach to your connection because they try to avoid accountability or maybe even straight up avoid apologizing. It's not going to work if that's how it goes. So, if they can change this, then I see things going well. Their intentions are long term, but I don't know that they're going to change very easily. It's like you have to walk away from this person and they have to actually feel like you're never coming back for them to look in the mirror and be like, oh, I guess I'm kind of mean. Because this is literally cruel, is the word that's coming out to me. And I don't like that. This is someone who has to go through probably losing you before they really appreciate all that you do. Because let me tell you, her man was really nice to her, okay? Really kind and patient. And my understanding is the relationship he grew up with, as far as like his parents, right? The role model for relationships, it was that dynamic. The guy did everything, and the woman was just kind of like, like domineering. This is someone who needs to learn to be a partner to you instead of feeling like they get to control everything. So if you want this to work, you got to have some distance that allows for Erica to grow up a little bit and see a different perspective instead of feeling like they can control things. So, I don't know the ages here, but this kind of comes through as somebody who hasn't really gone through a dark night of the soul, or maybe was even raised by a parent who was not a very good disciplinarian. But I feel like this is someone who asks too much of you or does not apologize when they, disrespect you. Hello, Melissa. How are you doing? Hello, Bree. Hello, Mario. Yes, I do. So, advice for Kaiser, please. Keep this person at a distance. There is a deep connection here, but Erica needs to have a different mindset before it could get to this Four of Wands. There needs to be distance for this person to truly appreciate what you offer in a connection. Otherwise, there's a sense of entitlement and lack of accountability. And you deserve better. There is this 10 of Cups, right? It could get there, but it requires that you be a bit strong and not accept that connection until you are shown respect. Because love is super important, don't get me wrong. But if you have love without respect, I don't think it's really love. Like, I think it's a required ingredient. You can love someone, but if you don't know how to respect them, I think it's just going to come through manipulative, you know? Hello, Mordecai. How are you doing today? All right, let's see what we've got for Lee. This is the Pause Tarot. What is it that Lee needs to know about today or this week? What does Lee need to know, please? Strength, Hierophant, and the reverse. The Hanged Man in the reverse. The World in the reverse. There's someone who is trying to make a decision, but I feel like this person who's making a decision is not like using the best, what's the word? Criteria to make their decision. I see you as this Strength card, and I feel like you're waiting for someone to make a decision. And that person who's making a decision, I don't feel like they're making the right decision. So this could be like legal. We have somebody who's being real stubborn to actually like let the hammer fall. So this feels to me like someone who probably should get the book thrown at them, or somebody who should get, a legal consequence for something, and they're not getting it. Instead, we have someone who's like, I'll just give you another chance. You figure it out, right? Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, the Fool. I also see that there is someone, it could be a friend or it could be romantic, but I see someone doing something very kind for you. It could be a really great gift. It could be, I just had the best conversation ever and it helped me to let go of some frustrations. But I see there being someone who is just there for you and helps you to kind of let go of some frustrations. Very sweet energy and very considerate. Like, I know what you need, or I know how to make this better. Let me like draw you a bath, or I don't know, buy your favorite dinner. I see someone doing something very considerate for you. And so it's like yes, there's a frustration with probably some legal element, but there's also someone here who is just like making you feel cozy and loved. So I love that. I don't love the first part, but I love the second part. All right. And I wish you luck, Lee. Oh, you're so welcome, Kaiser. Of course you are, Bree. Thank you, Pearl. It's my favorite part, I guess. I don't know. And I paint. I've always liked art. I don't know. But thank you. That's kind of you. Let's see what we've got, Priyanka. And they are custom framing my painting, which I believe is like 4 feet by 2 feet. As soon as I have the painting returned, I will upload it for you all. So I talk about painting and whatnot, but then you'll see it. All right, so for Priyanka, we have, what are Umesh's feelings for Priyanka? How does Umesh feel about Priyanka? Temptation, that came through yesterday as well. 9 of Wands in the reverse. Someone who feels like they should have their guard up around you, but they don't. King of Swords in the reverse and the King of Pentacles. I do think this is somebody who feels like they would not be able to handle a relationship with you, either because they wouldn't be able to trust you or because they would not be trustworthy themselves. But this is someone who thinks that you are very tempting. Someone who feels like you are, like there's no one like you. But this is physical attraction. And this is somebody who's trying to figure out more about you. But I feel like it's because if I know more about you, then I could charm you. Like I could seduce you, that kind of thing. I don't see it really being long-term relationship. This King of Pentacles is more so about their money. Page of Rods or Page of Wands and the Nine of Swords in the reverse. This is somebody who likes to make you laugh or smile. Someone who feels like they can brighten your day. Yeah, they look forward to seeing you. And is there a possibility or is there a strong likelihood of long-term work with Umesh? No. I do see there being a loss in the professional side. If, is this what I think it is? If this person tries to hit on you or tries to do something physical and you reject them, I see the business ending, the partnership ending. I don't like this. It's like they feel like you kind of like stroke their ego a little bit. And if that comes crashing down, then I see this being like okay, well, now I'm not going to spend my money there. Yeah, I don't see that you're together, but I see this as somebody who likes being around you, and that's why they spend their money. Then it would be more about like flirtatious energy. If you push back on that, then I see this ending. Star in the reverse and the Ten of Wands in the reverse. Yeah. So they want you to be able to make them feel more attractive. They think you're very attractive. But once the illusion is kind of cracked, then I don't think that they're going to spend more money. So I would be cautious with this one. Let's see what we've got for Aaliyah. This is the Graffiti Tarot. What is the evolution of Kay and Aaliyah? What is going to happen with Kay and Aaliyah, please? 10 of Wands in the reverse. 7 of Swords, Ace of Wands in the reverse. The Hierophant. 5 of Wands, the Tower, and the 5 of Pentacles. So the number 5 is important because we've got that with the Hierophant, the 5 of Wands, and the 5 of Pentacles. There's someone here who lies about when they're overwhelmed or when they're stressed. Someone who I feel like there's this like loss of interest in, I don't know if it's like literally physical intimacy or all of it, but I think there's someone who might be a little bit of a lone wolf here. Probably Kay. Because I don't see emotion here. What I see is somebody who feels like there's a missed opportunity, an argument, some frustration, and a change in perception. And then with the 5 of Pentacles, no contact. And maybe that's where you're at right now. But there's self-sabotaging behavior. Maybe we'll get the 5 of Swords as well. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, the Magician in the reverse, and the Empress. Manipulative energy. Is this somebody who's struggling to communicate what they feel? Another 5 of Cups. Yes. So is there an ending? I feel like there is someone who gets uncomfortable and doesn't know how to communicate or doesn't know how to love. So it's like I sabotage when things get serious. So I do feel like there is difficulty getting past this sabotaging energy. 7 of Cups, because someone keeps creating some sort of illusion here, you know, not really wanting to tell the truth and then establishing boundaries. So it feels to me like without an evolution on an independent level, right? Without somebody stopping this self-sabotage, then it's just like a record repeating where, you know, we can get to like a certain amount of emotional connection before I freak out and I run away. King of Pentacles and the 4 of Swords in the reverse. So it's a desire to have some stability, a desire to be in a relationship or something significant. And yet, when things get serious, I don't know how to deal with those serious emotions. So we have someone who's like overly controlling or maybe even just like straight up manipulative when it comes to emotional intimacy. Is this because of like how their parents dealt with love? Yeah. So there's a mother or father that gave a pretty bad example to, I think it's Kay. It could be you. Take it how it resonates. But this means that the long-term relationship seems a bit doomed because they've never really had that example of how to actually approach a relationship in a respectful way or in a way that doesn't sabotage. So I feel like there was a lot of chaos in this person's childhood, and if they don't address that trauma, they're like incapable of getting to that point where the relationship can actually go the distance. So without therapy, without addressing that childhood issue, I don't see a successful relationship with you or with anybody. Because that loving, it's like when a car won't start, like all the pertinent pieces are there. I have a heart, but I don't know how to actually get the engine to turn over. Is that the term? I think that's the term, you guys. So I don't want you to like spin your tires on this because it's not something that is your responsibility to fix. This is that shadow work that people are responsible for on their own. Hello, Stephen. How are you doing? Hello, August. Hello, Carla. How are you doing? I do have to run. So I'm going to end it there. But I love you all. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for hyping if you're able to. And I will see you on